Hey, Dane Johnson here, and I want to ask you a serious question. Why are you failing? I mean, seriously, why are you failing to deal with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis? I mean, what is Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis? Why wasn't it around before the 1950s? How come your doctor can only help you by giving you antibiotics, steroids, or giving you immunosuppressants or biologics you have to take for the rest of your life? I mean, for me, I failed for years. I was completely overwhelmed. I was in over my head. The first year of trying natural medicine, my family spent $30,000, which was a ton of money for my family. And I was more sick by the end of the year than when we started. We bought out Whole Foods, flew all around the world, went to all these different doctors and these different specialists. I was more sick than when I had started. And maybe you can relate with that. You know, I failed over and over again because I was completely overwhelmed with this idea and I had no idea what I was doing. And every time I tried a different diet, I just got more sick and I lost more weight and I had less energy. It was a vicious cycle and I couldn't get out. Failure after failure after failure made me believe that it was complete voodoo, it would never work, and it was just not going to work for me. I was a unique case. And so maybe you can relate with that. And some other ways you might feel like, you know, you're failing are maybe because you don't understand the root cause. I mean, how many of you have been diagnosed with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis and you read on the internet that this probiotic or this magic pill or this magic diet worked beautifully for someone else with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, but it didn't work for you? Or something worked for you, but it didn't work for that person. Why? Why is it so unique for everyone? Because everyone has a different root cause. All right? Another reason you might be failing is no education. Did you even know what Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis was before you were diagnosed? Have you even done the research and education to understand how you can help yourself? Has your doctor? Where's the education? Another reason you might be failing is there's no specialization in your life. Do you have a doctor or a practitioner who specializes in Crohn's and colitis? Do you know someone who specializes in Crohn's colitis? The problem right now with why I failed is every doctor I went to at Mayo Clinic and UCLA were extremely smart, brilliant people, but they didn't specialize in Crohn's and colitis. Number 4 was the relatability. I didn't know anyone who had Crohn's or colitis. I didn't know anyone who had been successful dealing with Crohn's and colitis. And the few people I did meet in the beginning had lived on a very strict diet that I didn't feel I could do, and it didn't feel like I wanted the life they were living. So I wasn't able to relate. Maybe you're not able to relate as well. And last is personalization. If everyone's got a different, unique situation, doesn't the protocol to be able to heal need to be different and unique for each one of us? So these are the 5 reasons why I was failing, and maybe those are reasons why you're failing. The reasons why you go to the bathroom 20 times a day, you can't leave your house, you can't go back to work, you can't go to school, you're thinking about dropping out of school, you're bleeding, you're underweight, you're malnourished, you feel completely depressed, right? Man, do I relate? Do I know where you are? I have literally been in those shoes, and I was in those shoes for years, which is why I started this company. And so these are the key reasons why I was failing. And if you're relating with that, then maybe open your mind to how you can become self-empowered, to understand how you can gain these attributes in your life. And the way natural medicine or the S.H.I.E.L.D program, which is our program, is a win-win, is no matter your situation, if you need to get surgery, if you don't want the surgery, if you need to be on biologics or you don't want to be on biologics, or you want to get off biologics someday, natural medicine in the S.H.I.E.L.D program is going to work with you. It's a win-win. It can only help empower your body to learn how to rebuild the microbiome and regulate the immune system and learn how to eat to reduce an inflammatory response and increase nutrient absorption. And it can only help for you to become self-empowered, to have a personal education. I mean, think about where you would be if you didn't have a personal education in how to write or read or talk. Where would your life be? Personal education is self-empowerment, which means you get to decide where to go from here. Personalization. Specialize. Wouldn't it help to work with people who specialized? Every single one of our practitioners has Crohn's or colitis, and they only work with Crohn's and colitis. This is what we do day in and day out. Every single day, we specialize in this, and maybe that's something that you need. Free time and energy. If you were able to get these things and you were able to simplify your life, just make it real simple, where you had your morning routine, your day routine, then you would have the free time and more energy to go to school, to hang out with your friends, to get back into practice, to be able to work that extra hours to make that money or start that business you wanted to start or start playing the piano or traveling again. Oh man, without worry, can you imagine? Or maybe get ready for that wedding you want to have in a year. So free up your time, free up your energy, and save money. How many of you have gone and bought all these supplements that didn't work, bought all this food that didn't make a difference? And so year after year, month after month, you waste money because you don't have the personalized education and you didn't have the understanding of how to identify something that's truly going to be impactful. So this is how you can stop failing. And if you're failing right now, I advise that you take a hard look at yourself and ask yourself really why and what's resonating with you. And so tomorrow, I want to send you a video on how we can let go of this idea of an incurable disease. Man, did that mess me up, an incurable disease, and how we can take our power back and define our success. So to then, happy healing, guys.